Our versatility combined with our personalized approach is what sets us apart as a full-service engineering and consultation firm. To learn more about our services, please visit us on the web at www.k2engineering.net. K2 Engineering, where customer service is our priority.
For funeral services from pre-need to at-need, burial or cremation, call Gates Funeral Home and Crematory, located at 136 North Gallatin Avenue in a beautifully restored historic home. Family-owned and operated by Rick Gates, former Brownsville resident and Guyville alumni, the Gates Funeral Home and Crematory offers warmth, convenience, affordability, and ample parking. With a knowledgeable funeral director and compassionate staff, the Gates family and the Gates Funeral Home and Crematory are ready to assist you.
Having Hicks & Boss Drugstore in Uniontown means reliability, quality, and service. Pharmacists Stephen Harper and Seth Miller fill your prescriptions, offer free prescription delivery, mail-out service, and gladly answer your healthcare questions. Flu shots, the new Moderna COVID boosters, plus Shingrix shots with your doctor's prescription are also available at Hicks & Boss. Call 724-437-2828. Hicks & Boss Drugstore, 304 Morgantown Street. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturday till 3, closed Sunday.
Your local station, WMBS.
The views and opinions presented by the host, guests, or callers on this program do not necessarily represent the positions of WMBS Radio.
Good afternoon, Fayette County. Welcome to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. It is a beautiful day outside, and I certainly hope you're able to enjoy it to some extent. It is open conversation today, 724-438-4593. I am looking forward to chatting with you, and we'll get to those calls here momentarily. What's on Your Mind is brought to you by Tireman's Auto Garage, K2 Engineering, Coldwell Banker, Coldwell Banker, Laurel Ridge Realty, Chestnut Ridge Counseling, Hicks & Boss Drugstore, Red Rooster Dumpster and Hauling, and Bright Stripes Seal Coating and Line Striping. So let's see, what do you want to chat about today? I've got a couple things here. My list, again, it's my list. If there's something else you want to chat about, by all means, give me a buzz, 724-438-4593. All right. So a federal appeals court down in Texas upheld a Texas law, and this has to go with election law. They upheld a Texas law that requires mail-in ballots to include either a state ID number or parts of your, most likely the last four digits of your Social Security number. They said, the federal appeals court, that it does not violate the Civil Rights Act of 1964. So no... This suit was brought originally by the Biden administration, trying to overturn that. So I don't know, since of course former President Biden is no longer in the White House, Department of Justice all changed over. I'm assuming that puts an end to this case, although I don't know for sure. I also wonder if this might be a blueprint now for other states to copy and move forward with voter identification laws. So your thoughts on that? Obesity, we know, is a big contributor to a whole host of ailments, diabetes being one of them. Well, now new studies said that obesity is associated with a higher risk of getting 13 types of cancer. And these cancers, by the way, makes up to 40% of all cancer diagnosed in the country. Some of these 13 types of cancers involve esophageal cancer, breast cancer, colon cancer, uterus, cancer of the uterus, kidneys, liver, and pancreas. So more incentive, I guess, to lose weight or to stay on the, slimmer side, I guess. So your thoughts on that? Okay. Actress Sydney Sweeney. It's gotten swept up in controversy over an ad that she did for American Eagle apparel. You most likely have seen it. It's kind of backfired, really, because stock of American Eagle has climbed. But, in it, she says, basically, she's got good genes. And jeans with a J, because that's what she's advertising in this commercial, is denim blue jeans. So she says she's just got good genes. People, I'll just say on the left, are taking that as a form of eugenics, and they're taking I've got good genes to mean genes with a G, as is in, how you're put together. So this has started a big controversy and everything, and American Eagle has doubled down. They're sticking with it. Again, stocks are climbing on it. So your thought, I mean, are we now to the point, because critics are comparing this to Nazis. Nazis in World War II, they did some horrendous medical experiments and trying to, perfect the ideal, perfect human. And of course, their ideal of the perfect human was blonde hair and blue eyes. So, are we now demonizing everything that has ever been associated with Nazi Germany? I mean, one of the things that they did was universal health care. So should we not then be demonizing that and say, oh no, that's Nazism? Your thoughts on all of that? Okay, let's see. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, over the course of 2 days last week, interviewed Ghislaine Maxwell. She was the confidant, best friend, accomplice, if you will, of Jeffrey Epstein and the sex scandal there. She's in jail for sex trafficking charges, 20-year sentence, I believe. So the DOJ interviewed her over 2 days concerning Jeffrey Epstein. This is on the heels of courts prohibiting the release of grand jury transcripts concerning Jeffrey Epstein, which that came about because Pam Bondi and the DOJ said, there's nothing there to the Jeffrey Epstein files that you didn't already know, so no need to release everything. So everything after that has followed. So this interview that took place last week is another attempt to find out exactly who Jeffrey Epstein associated with. Anyway, the DOJ is now they're weighing releasing the full recorded transcript of that interview. So your thoughts concerning that? Let's see what else. Okay, NFL football is back. We had the Hall of Fame game and the Hall of Fame inductees this past weekend. The Steelers have their first preseason game Saturday down in Jacksonville, Florida, taking on the Jaguars. So your hopes and dreams for the Steelers this coming season. And then finally, yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, most of you have probably heard the news that Lonnie Anderson passed away at the age of 79. By the way, her 80th birthday would have been today. Anyway, Lonnie Anderson passed away at 79. Of course, a lot of people came to know her from her starring role as Jennifer Marlowe in WKRP in Cincinnati. You occasionally hear snippets of that show on WMBS. Of course, she was at one time married to Burt Reynolds for a couple years as well. So Lonnie Anderson unfortunately passed away at age 79. She was, back in the 80s, 70s and 80s, really, let's face it, a sex symbol right up there with Farrah Fawcett. So anyway, your thoughts on all of that. Hey, want to give you a little programming update. Of course, we've got Pirate Baseball tonight. The Giants are in town to take on the Pirates. 6:15 is pregame. 6:40 is first pitch. Tomorrow, the Giants are playing the Pirates at around noontime. So there will be no What's on Your Mind tomorrow as we bring you the Pirate-Giants game from PNC Park tomorrow. I will be back here Thursday for the, as I like to refer to it, as the extended short show. So as most of you know, Thursday is usually just 1 hour from 2 to 3. Well, we are going to start the extended short show at 2:15 on Thursday, but we're going to go through the 4 o'clock hour to give you a full 2 hours of open conversation right here on What's on Your Mind. So hence the extended short show. So that's it on my list. If there's something else you want to chat about, by all means, give me a buzz. Would love to hear from you. That number, 724-438-4593. Both lines are currently open. No waiting. So give me a buzz. What else you want to chat about? Of course, the weather today is absolutely gorgeous. The Weather Center here at the WMBS studios indicates it's 78 degrees outside. To me, that's just about perfect. I could actually go for a degree or two higher. I'd be okay with that. But 78 is just about perfect, and is certainly a nice relief from the 90-degree weather we had pretty much all last week. So there you go. Fayette County Fair, that closed up Saturday night with the auction of animals, the pigs and lambs and, of course, beef cows. So that took place. Did you make it out to the fair this year? And what was the highlight, do you think? I know other than, it being WMBS Day last Wednesday, what was the next highlight that you enjoyed at the county fair? Did you make it around to everything? Lee Greenwood, the concert. You had the Clarks, of course. You had the monster trucks. Pigs Run Wild, which is a perennial favorite. So what was your thoughts on this year's 2025 Fayette County Fair? Always love to hear from you on that. I'm sure food is going to be on your list as well. One of the highlights are, I guess, feel-good things, and I forget the young woman's name. 4-H showing and auctioning her pig. The proceeds from the sale of her pig, she donated back to the county fair itself to put towards the new barn pavilion that they're going to construct out there. And her generosity, well spread. And so a bunch of other patrons in the crowd at the auction, they ended up donating money to the building of this new barn. It brought in another $27,000 for that construction project out at the barn. So what a great story that is. So congratulations to that young lady on her selfless donation to the county fair. Okay, there you go. Well, hey, guess what? It's time for my first break of the afternoon. Both lines are open, so give me a buzz. Would love to hear from you. 724-438-4593.
The Mariscati Insurance Agency is an independent agency serving clients in California and surrounding areas. Mariscati Insurance offers auto, home, business, and life insurance coverage. Stop by their office at 324 3rd Street, California, PA, or give them a call at 724-938-9302 for your quote.
Bright Stripe, Bay County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals, locally owned by Matt and Lexi George. Bright Stripe specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating, also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Bright Stripe has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Bright Stripe, 724-437-6090, or visit bright-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
Hello, I'm attorney Jeremy Davis from the law firm of Davis & Davis. We have been helping the great people of Fayette County for over 45 years with personal injury claims. If you are hurt or injured, call our law firm for your free consultation. The insurance companies are not on your side. Call us today at 724-437-2799. Either myself or an attorney from our office will personally come out and meet with you. If you're in an accident or hurt, call us at Davis & Davis, 724-437-2799 for your free consultation. Let us fight for you.
Have you been told there is nothing that can be done for your neuropathy? Tri-State Neuropathy Centers is pleased to tell you that's not true. As one of the largest and most successful neuropathy treatment practices in the country, Tri-State Neuropathy Centers has grown to 9 regional centers and helped over 14,000 patients, like John from Morgantown. John had such extreme numbness and pain that he was having difficulty feeling his car pedals. Then John discovered Tri-State Neuropathy Centers and their effective FDA-approved treatment program that has no drugs, is non-invasive, and painless. John's great results have given his freedom back, and he's doing the things he wants, like simply driving or cutting the grass. Tri-State Neuropathy Centers help John, along with thousands of others. Let them help you next. Call 304-777-2068. That's 304-777-2068. Tri-State Neuropathy Centers, the leader in treating peripheral neuropathy.
Your mental health is your most valuable asset. With 55 years of experience serving Western Pennsylvania, Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services is ready and able to assist you with all of your mental health needs. Offering over 20 specialized treatments, open access, and just-in-time scheduling means that you receive the treatment you need in a time-conscious fashion. Chestnut Ridge Counseling now offers telehealth, mental health urgent care with immediate access to a mental health professional with no appointment necessary. Call 724-437-0729. That's 724-437-0729 for mental health urgent care at Chestnut Ridge Counseling. Outpatient care options include individual, group, and family therapies, mental health and psychiatric evaluations, and medication services. Outpatient care and services are also available for patients under the age of 18, geared towards youth-centric problems and concerns. Take control of your mental health care with Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services. Call 724-437-0729 to set up an appointment or speak immediately with a mental health professional. Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest, now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm your host, Russ Rhodes. It is Open Conversation today, 724-438-4593. One line's open. That means we have our first caller of the afternoon on the other one. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Hello, Russ.
Yeah, Fred.
How you doing?
Good, Fred. Your noise is back, buddy.
Is it too bad that you can't talk?
Well, we'll put up with it for a little bit here. What's going on?
Okay, you know who Sean Duffy is?
Yeah, Secretary of Transportation.
Yeah. Did you hear what he proposed?
No, I did not. What?
He wants to put a nuclear reactor on the moon.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I don't know. I mean, offhand, I would say no, but I don't know why he would be. You know, he might have very good reason.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I know. You know, NASA has talked about for ages popularizing the moon, colonizing it. So you know they're going to need some kind of energy of some kind. So you know, and I do know that there are miniature nuclear reactors, so to speak. I mean, just look at the submarines.
Yeah, right.
They've got a, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the people are going to be living on the moon. Is that what they propose?
Well, yeah. I mean, for scientific reasons or whatever, for experiments. Yeah. I mean, now NASA has been talking about this since they put a man on the moon back in 1969. So, you know, I mean, they're also talking about colonizing Mars. So, yeah.
Well, these people living on the moon, they would be called lunatics, right? Uh-huh.
I don't know about. I mean, I see what you're saying, but yes. Yeah, you know.
I just think that doesn't make sense to me whatsoever.
Well, you know, so Fred, it's the next thing. And what I mean by that, you know, humans are explorers. You know, we're always wondering what's next. You know, where can we go next?
Right.
What can we do next? What can we build next? So, you know, I think the moon and Mars is just part of that progression.
All right. Would you like to live the rest of your life on the moon?
I myself, no, I would not. But that doesn't mean there aren't others that would like to do that.
Yeah, they're goofy if they want to.
Well, you know, again, it's, you know, I'm sure people said Columbus was goofy or Magellan was goofy.
Yeah.
You know, but and look where that led to. Right.
Well, your life on moon wouldn't be your life on Earth. You know.
Well, of course not. Of course not. You're not going to be able to play baseball. You're not going to, you know, you're not going to be able to go swimming unless, of course, you build something that allows that to take place. But, you know, so yeah.
Okay. Hey, that's all I have, then.
Okay, Fred. Thanks for your call.
Right.
Appreciate it. Hello. Welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Yeah, before I get to the subject, I remember that there was no, what Fred was talking about, there was no fictitious movie in 1952 called Project Moonbase, like a soap opera, these women and men living on the moon, but kind of makes you laugh. But, you know, you never know what's going on in the future on the moon situation, but that's beside. Hey, did you hear something about the getting rid of PBS television, I guess in January it's going to end? I mean, I remember growing up, you know, I remember Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and Josie Cherry and Sesame Street, Record Company, and even documentaries about World War II and the Civil War and the whole 9 yards.
Mm-hmm.
The education, and kids got watching on TV. You got educated about different things. And wouldn't that be a lost and shame in the? I mean, is it government funded that they're taking PBS away?
So, I think what's going on here, Bob, is you got people crying that the moon is falling. Okay, because the Trump administration and Congress, they are in the process of defunding PBS. Now, what that means is they're just in the process of taking away the tax money that the federal government has been sending PBS throughout the years.
Yeah.
So most of PBS's funding comes from you and I through their,
I remember
their
even
telethons and stuff. So this is just a percentage of their overall funding that's going to go away. Part of the other argument is shows like Sesame Street make millions and millions and millions of dollars off of their merchandise sales.
Yeah.
So, why is that not being diverted back into PBS to help with its operations? Because apparently that's not the case. It goes to the originators of the Muppets.
Yeah. Well, they used to. I remember back in the '80s, they used to have pledges. Remember back 1980, Channel 13 had. That's the first day they had Flash Gordon with Buster Crabbe. They had those old chapter serials from the 1930s and 40s, and people used to call in and donate money to the TV station,
Sure.
PBS,
and
things like that. And I remember 15 years ago they took W2X Channel 16 out. That was a shame. That was a TV station. And now we're not going to have Channel 23 out of West Virginia. We're not going to have I don't know if Channel 13 can emerge. Maybe they could. I don't know if they could be an independent station. They can show. Of course, where's the money going to come from? That's the catch-22. Is people going to donate money to, like the education field, and Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood for the kids. That's an eye opener. I mean that's good for the kids. Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood. I mean, is that going to be on TV anymore after January? That's a question mark.
Again, I think again PBS is saying the moon is falling, and it's their way to try and pressure Congress to reverse course. I seriously don't think PBS is going away at all. They might have to pare down staff. They might have to change the way they operate. I don't think they're going to go away. I really don't.
Well, cutting on staffing, but it's just like a lot of them don't have access to computers. A lot of people don't have internet access, and everybody has a phone on the tip of their finger. But a lot of people don't. It's too small to see it on YouTube.
Right?
A small screen. But I'm saying all these materials, like Sesame Street and the Big Bird and all that stuff down the line. It's just I hate to see it go waste in the wasteland. It's just. And I remember even Halloween time, every Channel 13 would even show an old rare Bela Lugosi picture on for Halloween for the kids, like Invisible Ghosts or that type of stuff, Monogram Studios. But it's just like how about like documentaries, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and they had so many. PBS had so many programs, Eyes of the Prize about the civic, about the riots in the 1960s. Martin Luther King. They had so many. Some of it was based out of Boston.
Ken Burns documentaries. Get that. Yeah.
A lot of it was based out of Boston, Massachusetts. All this stuff, and it's just. I just hate to see it going in the wasteland. These programs, and I don't know what what's going to happen in the future. It's a question mark, and I guess we have to wait and see.
Yeah. Again, I don't think it's going to go away. I really don't. I know. I know NPR, National Public Radio. They're beginning to close up shop. Part of another part of the argument too is, the argument coming from the White House and from Republicans in Congress is that NPR and PBS are no longer a unbiased entity, that they have skewed their programming and their news to the left.
Right.
And if you're going to have public money, you can't be doing that. You've got to be even right across the board. So, if changes were to be made, well, with assurances that it's going to be evenly covered and criticized even, maybe some of that money comes back. But right now, they're looking at it and say, we're not going to help Democratic propaganda with taxpayer money.
Cause I remember back in the 90s, even I know it cost me like Richard Nixon. They had a 3-hour documentary. I used to buy VCR tapes from Channel 13 years ago, PBS programming and so forth. And but the catch, people used to donate money to public broadcasting, but they say generally it's supposed to end PBS, and it's going to be a sad mark in television history.
I don't think that's going to be the case at all. I'll see if I can get the percentage. I'll see if I can track down what the percentage was as far as government funding as opposed to donations are concerned. So we'll.
Yeah. Well, we need to keep programs like they need to keep programs like Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood and all these kids, all the education programs. They need to keep that for the kids out there, and then for the next generation of kids. They need kids need that. Kids need that. They need back. Of course, Daniel Tiger came from Mr. Rogers, and look how brilliant he was for years and years teaching the kids education how to make different things. He took kids to the factories and so forth, the zoo, the Pittsburgh Zoo, and the whole 9 yards. It goes down the list line, and this education is very important. And it's good for the kids. That's the kids. They watch that on TV, like the kindergarten kids, to learn this stuff, and it's just a question mark. It'd be a shame. I hate to say I go to waste.
Yeah.
But that's all I got to say.
Well, federal government provides 15% of PBS funding.
Yeah, 15%.
15.
Government, you say?
15. 1-5.
1-5.
Yep.
Where's the other money coming from?
Private donors. Private donors like you and me, corporations, is where it's coming from.
Well, the private donors, they keep pouring money into public station, keep it going. That's what, hopefully it's in the eye-opener. That's, if that's the...
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, take care.
Okay, Bob. Thanks for your call. Appreciate it. Bye-bye. Hey, 724-438-4593. Both lines are open now. Give me a buzz. Would love to hear from you. I mean, your thoughts on PBS funding, NPR funding, that is going away by way of the One Big Beautiful Bill and the rescission funding legislation that took place as well. So give me a buzz. What else is going on here, huh? So representatives of the Trump administration are in Russia today trying to, get Russia back to the table, get Russia to agree to a ceasefire deal. This is, we're 2 days away, really, from President Trump's deadline of a ceasefire deal, where he has then threatening new sanctions and new tariffs on, those countries that do business with Russia, especially Russia oil, which in turn is funding Russia's ability to wage war. So 500% had been mentioned initially. Fred had asked me, why would President Trump say something like that? I thought about this. The president, I believe, says things that you and I and others might say is outlandish. I think he does it to throw his opposition, if you will, off course, to get them off balance. And when you're going into negotiations, isn't that what you want? You're looking for an edge. And if you can keep the person or people or country that you're negotiating with, if you can keep them off balance where they don't exactly know where you're coming from, doesn't that now work to your advantage in brokering a deal? And I think that's probably the reason that President Trump says some of the things he does. It's not because he's, out of it. It's because he knows what he's doing. This is how he negotiates, the art of the deal. You're always looking for an advantage against your negotiating opponent. And I think that's it. So now they're talking just 100% tariff on that. Of course, they're saying, hey, that's not necessary. That's going overboard. You don't have to. So we'll see how that all pans out. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Hello, Russ.
Yes, sir.
Hey, it's Mark calling.
Yep.
Yeah, I just come in from taking a little fence around the Smalls Victory Garden in Republic.
Okay.
So the deers don't eat it. Everything's kind of grown, and I can pick it now.
Good.
Yeah. About PBS?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watch it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of good science and history on it. I have to admit, I have to admit that. But in the end, it's who holds the purse strings. Whether you like it, nobody likes to say that, but it's whose money is it?
Sure.
So I get the person whose money it is. He gets to decide.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not. It's the way it is.
Absolutely. And it's not. And I don't think the Trump administration is telling them what they have to do or what they can or can't broadcast. They're just saying you need to be more balanced.
Yeah, I know that there's no Trump lovers on PBS.
No, I'm sure. or if they are, they're in the closet.
Yeah. They keep them out of sight.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Okay, about the moon.
Yes.
Personally, I think we ought to establish a moon base there. Instead of going to Mars, I think that's what we should do.
Okay.
It just makes more sense that we did go there once.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it makes more sense than going to Mars.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what we're going to get there. I mean, we could build a base on the moon.
Yeah. So what would be the purpose of that, though, Mark?
I guess more. Well, how can I say it, Russ? It's not what you only learn from space; what you need to learn to get there, the technology you need to develop. A lot of this, all the stuff we get working today is because a lot of this, going to space had a lot to do with it. Or the miniaturization,
right?
Sure. And the different materials that we have today, Teflon. Mm-hmm. That was all part of the space program. They actually invented something. It was used on the space shuttle. It was the tiles back in the early 1960s. They invented the tiles. They invented back in the early 1960s. They were looking for something. They didn't know what they were going to use it for until they built a space shuttle. They said, "Oh, we got something here. We can use it." But it was first discovered like back in the early 1960s. The materials were.
Like in the Mercury or Gemini programs.
Yeah, they discovered back then. They said, "We don't know what we'll do, but write that down. See, maybe we can use it sometime in the future."
Yeah.
And then they built a space shuttle. Hey, this is what we need.
That's what we need.
They had already had it invented.
Yeah. And some things, are manufactured maybe not necessarily easier, but better in the weightlessness of space.
Right.
I know drugs some drugs are considered to be like that. Not that we're using anything in mass quantities at this point, but yeah. Yes. So, all righty.
Okay, that's all I got for today, Russ.
Hey, Mark, thanks for your call. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Hey, got to take a quick little break. When we come back, both lines are open, 724-438-4593. You and I together will close out hour one of What's on Your Mind after this.
Well, warmer days are ahead, the kind of days when you'll be enjoying your deck or patio again, especially with retractable or fixed awnings from Lifetime Awnings. Made in the USA with manufacturers and customer guarantees, Lifetime Awnings products last. Lifetime Awnings is veteran-owned and operated with a 10% discount to all military veterans and their families. Lifetime Awnings, 724-554-6067. Call for a no-cost or obligation home consultation or email John, the owner, at lifetimeawningsusa@gmail.com. Saving money when you buy a new home isn't a fantasy. It's reality at Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. With up to $5,000 in instant savings during the Sign and Save sales event, it's the perfect place to find the home you've always wanted. So don't let your dream home stay a fantasy. Visit Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon today at 4500 PA 51. Terms and conditions for the Sign and Save sales event at manufacturedhomeoffers.com. Available only at participating Clayton Homes family of brands retailers through August 31st. Amount of savings may be limited. Ask for details. May not be available with certain financing. Lender restrictions apply.
Warm weather is finally here, and with it, the opportunity to upgrade your lawn or yard with a new fence from All Around Fence Company. Conveniently located at 7896 National Pike, Uniontown, All Around Fence has been installing quality residential, commercial, and farm fencing for more than 45 years. Offering residential fencing including chain link, decorative aluminum, steel, and more, All Around Fence has a fence for you. All Around Fence is also your one-stop shop for Neutrina products and carries livestock, equine, and pet supplies too. So whether you need to upgrade an existing fence, add a new gate, or are looking to install an all-new fence, All Around Fence has the answers for you. Visit them Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. or give them a call at 724-439-0331. To learn more, visit allaroundfence.com.
Attention, active and retired coal miners. Have you been screened for black lung? Here at the Black Lung Clinic at Centerville Clinics, we offer yearly screenings, diagnosis, education, and treatment options to help you live a fuller, healthier life. We provide care regardless of your ability to pay. Call Centerville Clinics today at 724-632-6801. Do it today.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has two convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borch Jr.
Chesler's Fine Furniture is overstocked with reclining sofas and reclining love seats from America's most famous manufacturers, Lazy Boy, Best Home Furnishings, and Catnapper. And right now, they put their best sellers on sale in both fabric and leather. Featured is a 3-piece sectional in fabric for $32.99, or the same model in genuine leather for $33.99. And yes, there are 2 recliners in the sectional. Chesler's has a beautiful reclining sofa in brown for $7.99 and the matching love seat for $7.49. In the Lazy Boy department, select the Morrison model, available in 5 colors for $12.99 and matching love seat for $12.49. If you need a recliner, there are models to match each group. So breathe some excitement back into your family room with Chesler's Fine Furniture's best sellers. Credit terms and delivery are available. Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 in Uniontown, where customers send their friends.
WNBS.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. We've got a little less than a minute and a half left in hour one of What's on Your Mind. So plenty of time to call and have a conversation. 724-438-4593. Chat about, whatever on my list, one of it, what you want to chat about. Sports, I don't know, the weather, the fair, whatever. Give me a buzz. Would love to chat with you. I mentioned earlier, and I am saddened at the passing of Lonnie Anderson. Just a key member. And of course, they all were. It was a great ensemble, WKRP in Cincinnati. Just a wonderful show. Unfortunately, I think it was CBS. Just kept messing with it and changing the time on it, and it was hard. They weren't getting the audience that they truly deserved in my book. But it lives on in reruns. They're hard to find because they played original songs by the original artists. And, when it came to reruns, they got into, all kinds of problems with royalties and that. So it was hard to find, but you can see it on YouTube. You can track it down still to some of those great episodes that they had. So we're about out of time here today. CBS is coming up next, and news from around the world, around the country. And then Nick, the voice Barczyk, will be in here with local news, sports, and weather. And when he's done, I'll be back for another hour. Meanwhile, this is WMBS Uniontown. It is 2 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. Smoke from the Canadian wildfires and fires burning in the west, creating a lot of unhealthy air over much of the country. Meteorologist Jessica Birch is tracking the haze.
Another day of tens of millions of people gearing up for air quality alerts from New York over into Pennsylvania, across the Great Lakes over into Michigan and Wisconsin. We stretch all the way down into Southern California, too. Before we even get there, we have to go across the Rockies, still under red flag warning conditions.
In Central California, more than 800 structures are threatened by the massive Gifford fire. 2,000 personnel are battling that blaze. The House Oversight Committee has subpoenaed the Justice Department for files in the Jeffrey Epstein case. And the Republican chairman, James Comer, wants to hear from some former top officials, as Jake Rosen reports.
Among those that Comer has subpoenaed for potential depositions include James Comey, former FBI director at Bill and Hillary Clinton, Eric Holder, a former attorney general, as well as Merrick Garland, who is also obviously the attorney general under President Biden, Bill Barr, Jeff Sessions, all high-ranking former government officials who oversaw some portion of these investigations into Jeffrey Epstein.
In Tennessee, police have arrested the suspect in the murders of 4 members of one family. Nicole Valdez has been following the manhunt for Robert Drummond.
Drummond making Tennessee's most wanted listing after being accused of murdering 4 people, all of the same family, in Tiptonville, Tennessee, last week, Tuesday. Among them, a 15-year-old boy, the parents, a grandmother and uncle of that boy as well. And he abandoned a young baby in a car near someone's home in that community.
Chris Fox has the latest on the Texas redistricting case and the Democrats who fled the state.
DNC Chair Ken Martin in Chicago with the delegation of Texas State House Democrats who fled the state to break quorum. Martin calls this a moral fight.
The Trump-Abbott gerrymander is a test case for the rest of the country. What Republicans are trying to do in Texas is a model for other red states.
Billionaire Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker said he's been coordinating this exile for weeks.
I have not written a check or supported them financially, though I am not reticent to do that.
The Texas Democrats face $500 per day fines and a warrant for their arrest. Chris Fox for CBS News, Austin.
Switzerland's president is traveling to Washington to strike a deal on tariffs. President Trump has proposed a 39% tariff on Swiss goods. That's 2.5 times more than the rate on the European Union. On Wall Street today, stocks are mixed. The Dow is higher by 25. NASDAQ and S&P 500 are off. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
If you are looking for a trusted local law firm with a strong commitment to their clients, look no further than Zebley Law Offices. Attorney Zebley has been practicing law in Fayette County for more than 4 decades. Although specializing in bankruptcy, Zebley also handles real estate matters, civil suits, collections, wills, powers of attorney, and more. If you need legal help, go with a name you recognize and trust. Call Zebley Law Offices today at 724-439-9200.
Concerned about your heart health? At WVU Medicine, we believe your heart deserves world-class care, close to home and always within reach. Our non-invasive cardiology team uses advanced tests like stress tests and cardiac MRI to diagnose and monitor heart conditions without surgery. Call 877-WVU, the number 4HRT, or visit wvumedicine.org/heart.
New findings could prompt pot smokers to put down their joints, as Deborah Rodriguez reports.
It's not just cigarettes. A new study from UC San Diego finds that frequent pot smokers are 3.25 times more likely to develop oral cancer within 5 years than people who don't smoke weed. Other research has shown cigarette users are 5 to 10 times more likely to get mouth cancer than non-smokers. A study co-author points out cannabis smoke contains some of the same carcinogenic compounds as tobacco smoke that damage epithelial tissue lining the mouth. Researchers found tobacco smokers with pot addictions are 624% more likely to contract oral cancer within 5 years compared to cigarette users alone. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
If you're having trouble getting work done, a new study by Harvard claims a nap improved brain activity and people performed better. I'm Cammie McCormick, CBS News.
Now the local, district, and statewide news. Being brought to you by Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer. Keeping you warm and cozy in winter and cool and comfortable in summer with a quality Bryant gas furnace or air conditioning system. And now the news.
Good afternoon. Sunny and 80 outside of our Davis & Davis studios at 2:05 on this Tuesday. I'm Nick Barczyk, Davis & Davis attorneys at law, voted Fayette County's best law firm 2024. Your local station, 590 and 101.1 WMBS. The Weather Watch and sports on the way in a bit. Today is in a Code Orange Air Quality Alert Action Day in southwest Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection says smoke from the Canadian wildfires will be moving through the area for most of the day. And if you are in the vulnerable population, like the elderly and young children and people with lung issues, you could be affected adversely. Those people are advised to not go outside as much and close windows when indoors. A man was flown to a Pittsburgh hospital Saturday morning after he was injured in an explosion at the Cool Spring Stone Supply Incorporated building in North Union Township, Fayette County. Fayette County Dispatch said the accident happened at around 10:45 a.m. The Herald Standard reports the man was transported by emergency helicopter to UPMC Mercy in Allegheny for treatment of burns he suffered in the explosion. According to dispatch, the Hopwood Volunteer Fire Department responded to the scene along with Fayette EMS. There was no active fire when firefighters responded. No additional information is available. A fire that took hours to get under control in Westmoreland County has been deemed suspicious by authorities. The district attorney's office has confirmed today. Firefighters were called to the massive flames at a home on 6th Avenue in New Kensington Saturday morning. 4 apartments were damaged in the blaze, and a dog was treated for smoke inhalation, but no injuries were reported. The fire reportedly began in the back of the 3-story house and burned through the roof. After 3 hours, crews were able to get the fire under control. It did reignite, though, at least once over the weekend. The Trib reports the fire cause remains under investigation. A boil water advisory that was issued for customers in a section of Washington County this weekend was lifted this afternoon. Customers in portions of Cross Creek Township, Independence Township, Jefferson Township, and West Middletown Borough were notified Saturday of the advisory after a water main break caused a loss of positive water pressure. Pennsylvania American Water said acceptable test results were obtained from samples that collected Sunday and Monday, which led to the Pennsylvania Environmental Protection Department authorizing the lifting of the advisory this afternoon. The FDA says over 64,000 pounds of butter is being recalled over possible undeclared milk allergens. Some of that butter sold in Pennsylvania and West Virginia. Food ingredient company Bung North America recalled 1,800 cases of its NH European-style butter blend that were distributed at multiple centers in the U.S. and one in the Dominican. The FDA classified the recall under its second highest risk warning. Consumption could cause temporary or medically reversible health issues. Bung North America is an agribusiness that produces and markets multiple food ingredients like corn, wheat, rice, soybeans, and feed peas. The recalled food was packaged in white paperboard cases, each holding nearly 40 blocks. Kennywood is adding a new haunted attraction for this year's Phantom Fall Fest. Operators of the West Mifflin Park say the new haunted house is titled Detached. that'll be featured with the Halloween-themed event for this season. They describe that house as the terrifying toy store of the Puppet Master, filled with frightening dolls and marionettes. Phantom Fall Fest is back at Kennywood September 12th. It is at 2:08 on WMBS.
439-2323. For 24-hour emergency service, call us when you need. We're Fayette's Heating and Air Conditioning, your service company.
When it's sweltering outside, you'll be cool inside with central air conditioning from Bryant, the people that know cool. And it's easy to have a central air conditioning system installed in your home. Simply call on your Bryant dealer, Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, located near the Laurel Mall on Route 119, north of Uniontown. The phone number is 439-2323. Let Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning rescue you from the sticky, humid summer weather. Remember that number for Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer, 439-2323.
Call Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, 439-2323. 439-2323. 439-2323.
In sports, the Steelers have released their first depth chart of the 2025 season as training camp winds on at St. Vincent. Their first preseason game Saturday at quarterback. No surprise, Aaron Rodgers will be the starter, Mason Rudolph the backup, and Will Howard in the third spot. Jalen Warren, the starting running back, Caleb Johnson, the number 2, and Connor Hayward at fullback. The starting wide receivers are DK Metcalf and Calvin Austin. Pat Frymuth and Jonnu Smith, the 2 tight end spots. And on defense, Cam Hayward, Keanu Benton, and Derek Harmon, the first rounders on the line, or the starters on the line. TJ Watt, Patrick Queen, Peyton Wilson, and Alex Highsmith at the starting linebackers. In the secondary, Darius Slay and Joey Porter Jr. at corner. Jalen Ramsey as well, along with Juan Thornhill and Deshaun Elliott as the starting safeties. And the Steelers get the preseason underway in Jacksonville Saturday on WMBS. Pirates and the Giants baseball tonight at 6:15 on WMBS. Rookie righty Mike Burrows goes for the Bucs against veteran righty Logan Webb.
The local, district, and statewide news has been brought to you by Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer. Route 119 north of Uniontown, located near Laurel Mall. Phone 439-2323.
This Weather Watch is brought to you by Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. Is it time to find a home that fits your lifestyle? Visit Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. You'll find special savings along with beautiful, energy-efficient homes packed with features you've been dreaming about at Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon, 4500 PA 51.
Going up to 81 today with cloudy skies, 61 the overnight low, 80 with sun Wednesday, clouds and sun Thursday at 82, up to 84 Friday, and the nicest, warmest weather. Save for the weekend, sunny and 87 Saturday, mostly sunny Sunday, 89 and 90 on Monday. Right now we have clouds and sun, 81 degrees at 2:11 on a Tuesday. Good afternoon from the Davis & Davis studios at WMBS. I'm Nick Barczyk. Second hour of What's on Your Mind with Russ Rhodes on the way at 724-438-4593 on WMBS. Good afternoon.
This Weather Watch was brought to you by Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. Is it time to find a home that fits your lifestyle? Visit Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. You'll find special savings along with beautiful, energy-efficient homes packed with features you've been dreaming about at Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon, 4500 PA 51.
If you've driven by Tireman's Auto Garage, you've probably seen all the 2-, 4-, and 6-seater golf carts. Well, they're available for sale and financing is available. Interested in running a golf cart? See Joe and Kim at Tireman's Auto Garage about daily, weekly, or monthly rentals. Tireman's Auto Garage, voted best in Fayette for tires and the best prices in town for tires with CIMA and Snap Leasing available. Mill Street, phone 724-425-9606 for Tireman's Auto Garage on Mill Street in Uniontown.
Bright Stripe, Fayette County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals, locally owned by Matt and Lexi George. Bright Stripe specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating, also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Bright Stripe has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Bright Stripe, 724-437-6090 or visit bright-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borch Jr.
Are you considering a project design and don't know where to start? K2 Engineering offers a wide range of professional civil, architectural, and municipal services to meet your individual project needs. Our versatility combined with our personalized approach is what sets us apart as a full-service engineering and consultation firm. To learn more about our services, please visit us on the web at www.k2engineering.net. K2 Engineering, where customer service is our priority.
Here's a business looking for a customer.
Hi there.
Here's a customer looking for a business.
Hi.
And that's where the Better Business Bureau comes in. The BBB connects people with businesses they can trust. That's why 2023 IABBB research found 80% of people choose BBB accredited businesses over non-accredited ones with the same A+ letter rating. Live happily, better after. Always look for the sign of a better business because it's looking out for you. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Zen's Antiques and Home Decor, a part of the Cinder Shack family of vendors where you can find both antique and new furniture, collectibles, housewares, gift items including jewelry and candles, and so much more. Follow Zen's Antiques and Home Decor on Facebook for new items and information on upcoming events. Zen's Antiques and Home Decor in Building 2 at 3391 National Pike in Farmington. Zen's Antiques and Home Decor.
This is Attorney Joe Fishko with an important announcement. On June 1, I joined the Quattrini Law Group. We are keeping my Uniontown and Somerset offices. The new law firm will be answering my phone, and they'll be appearing on the radio show and handling most of my cases. I will remain with the firm, but I won't be handling most of my cases on a day-to-day basis. I chose to join the Quattrini Law Firm because their practice is very similar to mine. They are excellent attorneys, and they handle personal injury cases like auto, truck, and motorcycle and industrial accidents. They also handle workers' compensation, along with work-related hearing loss, Social Security disability, and veteran service-connected disability, employment discrimination, and unpaid overtime claims. So you see, everything except the veterans' claims were the things I did. Regina and I have loved representing our clients through the years, and we will miss them. But at this time in our lives, we need to move on and put our clients in who we truly feel will be the best hands.
Your local station, WMBS.
The views and opinions presented by the host, guests, or callers on this program do not necessarily represent the positions of WMBS Radio.
Welcome back to Hour 2 of What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. We're going to continue with the open conversation this hour, 724-438-4593. Hey, just to recap stuff off of my list, and again, it's my list. If there's something else you want to chat about, give me a call. We'd love to chat about that, too. Federal Appeals Court down in Texas has upheld a Texas law concerning mail-in ballots. They have to include either a state ID number or the last 4 digits of your Social Security number. The Federal Appeals Court ruled that the Texas law does not violate the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Obesity is being associated with a higher risk for getting 13 types of cancer. That includes esophageal, breast, colon cancer, uterus cancer, kidneys, liver, pancreatic cancer. These cancers and a few others make up 40% of all cancer diagnosed in the U.S. We could chat about the actress Sydney Sweeney ad with American Eagle and the controversy that has created. The Department of Justice is looking to release the entire video transcript of their interview between Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche and Ghislaine Maxwell, confidant and friend of Jeffrey Epstein. Lonnie Anderson passing away at 79, and the upcoming Steeler-Jacksonville preseason game this Saturday in Jacksonville. So having said all of that, let's get our first call of hour 2. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Yeah, it's the Pawpaw lady.
Hey, Papa.
Going off of your schedule again.
That's okay.
Okay, locally here in the last couple years, and probably eternity before, all these cases of child abuse where the parents aren't feeding the children, they're locking them in cages and starving them to death, making videos of them, putting them online, all this kind of terrible abuse that's happening to these children. I want to know, where is CYS in all of this? Were these families ever looked into by CYS? You know, nobody noticed all of this going on. So I want people, you know, just maybe some other callers that maybe might have some information on this.
So, well, first of all, you know, CYS, they can only, you know, investigate what they've been made aware of. You know, they can't go into neighborhoods and just randomly knock on doors and say, "Hey, we're checking up on your kids." You know, they just can't do that. Second, you know, if the so-called parents are hiding their kid, well, next door neighbors don't necessarily know that there's a kid in there, do they?
No, but one thing I will say about CYS, because I know somebody in Missouri who had a go-in with them, and it was very many years ago. But this person, the CYS in Missouri, was recently caught up in an adoption-type scheme. They were taking good, healthy kids from families and putting them up for adoption and taking away the parents' rights.
Wow.
One person I know lost 3 children due to CYS's lies, and they were adopted by a judge who worked with CYS, all 3 of them. He raised them to hate the mother and never said anything positive about her, I guess. And when finally caught up to these 3 children, they had nothing but hate for her. And the father of the children, his parents screamed grandparents' rights and were allowed to have contact with these 3 children all through their growing up in this adoptive home. So I think that CYS themselves need to be investigated, because some of these bad cases that we've heard in the news, that come up in the news, CYS had actually visited these residences and left the children there.
Well, again, I don't know any particular case that you're talking about, Pawpaw lady, and I know, you know, it's CYS walks a fine line. They do. I mean, you know, a neighbor can call and complain, and they can only do so much investigating. You know, if they knock on the door and say, "Hey, we've got this complaint, we just got to check it out." You know, if the child's running free and there's no visible bruising or anything like that, and they see the house is in good condition, you know, they're gonna take they're gonna take the side of the parent at this point in time. They're gonna say, "Hey, I don't see anything alarming here to justify us with further action." You know, it also depends on how observant teachers and family members are. Those that are mandated to report, physicians, are mandated to report suspected abuse. So you can't just blame everything on CYS.
No, and one thing I will say about those parents who end up in the state jail/prison system, I would hope that they get plenty of inmate justice during their stay.
Yeah, I mean, there's a special place in hell waiting for them, for any parent that treats their kid that way.
Special place in jail waiting for them, too.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
All righty. I do, like I said, hope they get some inmate justice during their stay.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Hey, both lines are open, 724-438-4593. Give me a buzz, whatever you might want to chat about here. That's fine by me. Fine by me. Hey, just a reminder again, Pirate Baseball tonight, 6:15 is pregame, 6:40 is the first pitch. And then tomorrow, know what's on your mind because, well, we're going to bring you the Pirate game tomorrow. That's a 12:30 game. I don't know if it's 12:30 game time or if that's pregame, quite frankly. But tune in at 12:30, maybe even tune in a little bit earlier. How about that? That way you'll be sure to get pregame and the game. So know what's on your mind tomorrow. But Thursday, I'll be here in this chair bringing you the extended short show of what's on your mind. So 2 hours Thursday. We're going to go from 2 to 4 on Thursday with open conversation at what's on your mind. So looking forward to that as well. Also, hey, there's more baseball on Thursday, and then Story Square also Thursday, where Josh and Matt will be at Story Square from 5 to 7, bringing you the Thursday evening concert. So that's just some stuff in your near future. So hope you take part in at least one of them anyway. And tune into WMBS. 724-438-4593. Both lines are open. All right, I mentioned Steelers first preseason game, first of 3. So we're quickly coming to the start of the regular season. But the first preseason game is Saturday. You're going to get your first look at Aaron Rodgers under center for the Steelers. Probably going to see Will Howard under center as well, along with Mason Rudolph. So, giving all of the quarterbacks some time under center as they're given a look-see. And others, see how the new draftees look, how the veterans are faring up. You had T.J. Watt got a very nice pay increase. All eyes are going to be on him for that fact alone. Is he going to be worth the money that the Steelers are paying him? So that's always a question when anybody signs a big extension to their contract. Is he worth the money? So we'll start finding that out this Saturday. Again, your hopes, your dreams for the Steelers. And his hopes and dreams, are they separate? Do they go hand in hand? In other words, the dream is the Steelers go to and win the Super Bowl. Isn't that the ultimate? That's what you kind of dream of every year. But is the actual hope that they just make the playoffs, right? And then actually win a playoff game? So hope and dream, are they one and the same? Or can they be different like I just described? So what are you hoping for out of the Steelers this year? What are you dreaming of for the Steelers this year? We'll start finding out Saturday, I guess. And so your thoughts on the Steelers. Of course, there's Pirate Baseball. I haven't done the math lately, but I think really, there's no chance whatsoever of the Pirates finishing the season at or above .500 and might even be worse off than they were last year. We just came through the trade deadline, and the Pirates traded some of their better players, and they say, no, we didn't trade these guys because of their salaries. No, we traded them because we had a chance to make the team better. We're putting the pieces in place for next year. That's what Pirate management is telling us. They're selling it. I don't think we're buying it. Do you? I know I'm not. At this point in time, I'm just, kind of really counting the days until they trade Paul Skeens. Because they're not gonna go after him when all is said and done, when his rookie contracts are all up, and when the rights that the Pirates have to him all expire, and there's no way that they can, through collective bargaining, keep him. They're going to trade him. I don't care if the Pirates are at the top of their division when that time comes, and they're right in the thick of a race where they're battling the Milwaukee Brewers or the Chicago, anybody else. They're battling for first place. They're up one game, they're down a game. They're up a game, they're up two games, they're down. They're going back and forth. If it's that scenarios, I have no doubt the Pirates will still trade Paul Skeens. None whatsoever. So your thoughts on the results of this past Major League Baseball trade deadline? 724-438-4593. It's that time. I'm going to take a quick little break. When we come back, looks like I've got two calls trying to work their way through the system, and we'll chat with them right after this.
You can go to Big Box Medical Office.
Now serving number 3,943.
Or,
hi, come on in. How are you feeling?
When you see doctors Paul Hartley and Mary Beth Riley, plus nurse practitioners Tara Bozek, Jessica Reckart, and Stacy Morris, you get one-on-one personal professional health care serving the area for over 3 decades. If you're looking for a primary care doctor, call Doctors Hartley and Riley at 724-437-1109 or online at ppcp.org. Or
serving number 3,940.
The Mariscati Insurance Agency is an independent agency serving clients in California and surrounding areas. Mariscati Insurance offers auto, home, business, and life insurance coverage. Stop by their office at 324 3rd Street, California, PA, or give them a call at 724-938-9302 for your quote.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sprowls Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sprowlsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Have you been told there is nothing that can be done for your neuropathy? Tri-State Neuropathy Centers is pleased to tell you that's not true. As one of the largest and most successful neuropathy treatment practices in the country, Tri-State Neuropathy Centers has grown to 9 regional centers and helped over 14,000 patients, like John from Morgantown. John had such extreme numbness and pain that he was having difficulty feeling his car pedals. Then John discovered Tri-State Neuropathy Centers and their effective FDA-approved treatment program that has no drugs, is non-invasive and painless. John's great results have given his freedom back, and he's doing the things he wants, like simply driving or cutting the grass. Tri-State Neuropathy Centers help John, along with thousands of others. Let them help you next. Call 304-777-2068. That's 304-777-2068. Tri-State Neuropathy Centers, the leader in treating peripheral neuropathy.
Hi,
everyone, this is Kelly Clark with Autoland Hyundai in downtown Uniontown. 724-208-5281. What makes buying your next vehicle for me worthwhile? I make it a very easy 5-step process. You look, you shop, you ask, you decide. And I listen. Kelly Clark, Autoland Hyundai, 724-208-5281. 724-208-5281. Kelly Clark, Autoland Hyundai. I'll make you a good deal.
Having Hicksonbaugh's Drugstore in Uniontown means reliability, quality, and service. Pharmacists Stephen Harper and Seth Miller fill your prescriptions, offer free prescription delivery, mail-out service, and gladly answer your healthcare questions. Flu shots, the new Moderna COVID boosters, plus Shingrix shots with your doctor's prescription are also available at Hicksonbaugh's. Call 724-437-2828. Hicksonbaugh's Drugstore, 304 Morgantown Street. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturday till 3, closed Sunday.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. It is Open Conversation, 724-438-4593. Hello, welcome to the show.
Good afternoon. This is Mike from Fairchance.
Hey, Mike.
I don't want to turn this into a sports talk show, but I did do the math.
Okay.
The Pirates would have to go 32-17 to finish at 500.
And what's that percentage winning rate at that?
Well, I would think I would be like 66%. That it looks to me like you'd have to win 2 out of 3 games.
Uh-huh.
Every series you'd have to win 2 of the 3 games. Now, I'm not saying that's impossible. It could be done.
Sure.
And they would finish at 500,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what they would have to do.
Okay.
So they dug themselves a pretty good hole.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say one thing about O'Neill Cruz. He drives me up a wall.
Okay.
What's his name? Greg Brown was saying the other day in that game that we lost 17-16 that he's a 5-tool player, and he's not, because his fielding is atrocious.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know what he's doing out in center field.
Okay.
And he has that lackadaisical attitude, like that carefree, casual attitude, and he doesn't get a good jump on the balls, and he's terrible in the outfield.
Yeah,
I would think that
Go ahead.
I was going to say what I was going to say is I think what they should do with him, I don't know if it's possible or not, because he is a streaky hitter and he's dangerous. If McCutchen would retire at the end of the year, I would make him the DH.
Okay.
And I wouldn't put him in the field because he couldn't play shortstop. He can't play outfield. He's just a liability.
Yeah.
And
I think playing the outfield, you have to have almost a sixth sense, if you will, as to where the ball is going to go. You can, and in my far younger years, when I played ball, I played catcher and outfield, and I had the ability of being able to watch the pitch, and as the batter started swinging, I knew that if he made contact, I knew where that ball was going to go, and I started heading in that direction.
You got to get a jump on it. You're absolutely right.
Absolutely, and I think that's an art. That's an art. Not everybody is able to develop that, I think.
I agree. And, he thinks because of his speed and his size, that he'll catch up with anything, and he can't. He ran in on one the other day, and it went over his head.
Yeah.
He read it wrong. Tommy Pham last night playing left field, he came in and made a beautiful catch, backhand towards the goal, towards the foul line, because he got a good jump on the ball, And so that's my feeling on the Pirates. I still love them. I still watch them. And I miss the guys that we got rid of, But and I don't know if Charrington really knows what he's doing or not, and he'll probably be out of there at the end of the year, and they'll probably have a new GM in there. I hope they keep Donnie Kelly, though. He seems to be working well as the manager.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. I saw a great T-shirt for sale online the other day. I haven't bought it yet, but you know the old saying. Go back to what was the Tom Hanks movie with the women baseball players?
A league of their own.
Okay, remember the famous line, "There's no crying in baseball"?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Well,
yes.
the T-shirt had the pirate logo, and the bucko is actually crying, and the word he says, actually, there is crying in baseball. I thought it was absolutely beautiful, and I need to get that shirt for myself.
You know, I don't know if you remember or not, but when Tampa Bay in football, the Buccaneers first became an expansion team. I don't think they won a game the first year, and they all wore paper bags over their heads.
Yes.
It's been something like that.
Yeah. Well, wasn't their coach? Who was their coach? John McKay.
John McKay, I think.
He came from USC, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you remember the famous line he said? They asked him one time after a game. I'm pretty sure it was him. They said, "Well, what do you think of your team's execution?" And he says, "I think it's a good idea."
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Have a good afternoon,
hey,
buddy.
Mike, you do the same. Thanks for your call. Appreciate it. Bye-bye. 724-438-4593. Give me a buzz. Both lines are currently open, so no waiting. You know what? What is the Pirate record right now? Give me a second here. I'm not sure what the record is right now. I got to look that up. Give me a second. I'm almost there. All right, so they're 49-64. So basically, what is that? 18 more losses guarantees them a losing record on the year. So they're currently a winning percentage of 4.34 on that, 49-64. So you know, there are I don't know what it is. There are sparks of good baseball from the Pirates, but I don't know if it's lack of stamina, lack of concentration, as Mike said, a lackadaisical feeling from some. They just can't keep it going. You know, they get those few good games in a row where you got a little bit of a win streak, and then it immediately gets erased by bad ball for a number of games. I just and it seems like they've been this way for years. You know, if you're gonna be getting better, like management says, oh, we're working to get better. We're putting the pieces in place to get better. Well, you can only believe that for so long. When we as the fans just don't see that happening, it does get discouraging. Pirates are my team. I'm still going to root for them. I'm going to hope for the best from them, but I also know at this point in time, I'm not going to count on those hopes and dreams coming true. So, okay. 724-438-4593. What else do you want to chat about here? One thing, I know this has been in the news a lot the last few days. And honestly, I haven't looked into the story enough. I don't know the story behind the story. I don't know what got us to this point. But the Texas legislature is in the process of redistricting. Democrats in the state have fled the states. I should say Democrats in the legislature have fled the state to prevent a vote from taking place because they need so many legislators for the vote to take place. Democrats have left. And Governor Abbott is threatening to have them arrested and thrown out of the legislature. I don't know what brought this on. Why the redistricting? I don't know. Is it, here in Pennsylvania, we redistrict every 10 years based off of the census. So I don't know what precipitated it in Texas. I don't know. I know the president has said they should redistrict. But why? I don't know. So if you know, give me a call. Fill me in, would you? I'd appreciate that. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Hi, hopefully everybody's having a good August day.
I think so, Regina.
Good. I got to touch base with you on this. A couple weeks ago, you kind of I don't know how to say this, but you concerned me a little bit because after I heard what you said something like the state legislators need to go back home without any pay because they don't pass a budget. But then I talked to a legislative aide, and she said that the budget is so extreme and out of touch with what, we want as far as lower taxes and more responsible government coming from the Democrat-led House, that the state Senate is holding force against it and trying to make sure if they all went home, there wouldn't be any negotiations at all. I guess they're on call now. And I just feel that, why should the Democratic House, who doesn't represent me, win out and cause us more unneeded, unconstitutional, unnecessary spending.
Mm-hmm. So I guess I could see your concern there. Where I'm coming from is the fact that back in February, when Governor Shapiro did his State of the State address and gave his proposed 2025-26 fiscal year budget, of course, it was an increase in spending. And it was, I believe, if I remember correctly, Regina, it included a $3 billion deficit spending. So in other words, he was proposing to spend more money than what proposed revenues were going to be. Part of his revenue that was still going to be insufficient included legalized marijuana sales and games of chance taxing. Games of chance, I don't necessarily disagree with taxing that, but legalized marijuana, that has to be, that's not a budget item. That can't be part of the budget. The revenue can be, but legalizing it is something completely separate. That's got to be voted on by the legislature and signed into law by the governor. That went nowhere. So instead of negotiating and realizing that part of your revenue stream is gone away, they're holding fast. The Democrats are saying, oh no, we still got to pass this. We're going to find another way to legalize marijuana. And so they're not realizing the position that they are in. They're holding fast. So if they're going to be that way, go home. Don't get paid. Go home and, let others work on it.
Who would the others be?
I don't know. I don't know. Let the Republicans talk about it. Let the Republicans in both the House and the Senate get together in unity and present their own budget. Say, look, here's a realistic budget. We will get behind on this. Governor, you're going to get some of your stuff, but we're not going to spend more than we bring in. We're not going to tap into the rainy day fund. We're not going to tap into, our savings. This is a realistic budget which the Senate will pass, and you'll get House Republicans on board with it too.
Yeah, it sounds nice, but the Democrats aren't just going to give up, and so I just feel it. It's real.
Yeah, I understand there, but again, part of their income was going to be from legalized marijuana sales, and by the way, I don't know how when you don't have a law in place. How do you make up that revenue if and when a law does get put into place? Senate Republicans aren't going to vote for it. It's not going to pass in the Senate to begin with. Might be close, but it's not going to pass. So you're not going to get that. You're not going to get that legislation anyway. So why Democrats keep coming back to that as their savior, I don't know. So I was talking with more. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They might want more high people. More people that are apathetic and just go along with everything. And so I mean, they don't have logic for me. I'm just concerned because I remember back around February they were having trouble trying to catch Shapiro to even talk to him because he was going all over the state pushing his tourism message and going here, there, and everywhere. So, I don't think he really cares too much about our legislators that we put in. So I just feel, really concerned, and I feel like it's something else that needs prayer, and God does answer prayer. He answers prayers in my life. So it has to be given to him. And I got a letter from a legislator who actually was going along. And then she, with this, all the things about legalized marijuana, legalizing, she calls it cannabis.
Yeah.
And she indicated something which was kind of shocking to me, that if I read the article right, I don't know if you read this or not, but she indicated that in some of these vape shops, they actually have some of that THC and like maybe a hemp. Or something. I mean, that was the way I was reading the article. I was like, oh, boy. Okay. And she said there's no controls on that. And so, I mean, let's get that together and stop the ability for children to be able to buy it. And
and I just read there's something in shops now, and I can't remember what it is, but it is hitting the same receptors that opioids do. So that's concerning as well, and being sold in vape shops in, the corner gas station type. So
that's probably the same thing. I know.
Yeah. Hey, Regina, I gotta run. Regina, I gotta get break in here. Another caller.
Thanks so much for
thanks
all
for
the
your
time.
call. Appreciate it.
Hey, you too. Bye.
Hey, I got to take a break, but first, Tireman's Auto Garage, K2 Engineering, Coldwell Banker, Laurel Ridge Realty, Chestnut Ridge Counseling, Hicks and Baugh's Drugstore, Red Rooster Dumpster and Hauling, Bright Stripe Seal Coating and Line Striping. These and others have been bringing you what's on your mind, and so you're going to hear some of those others right now.
It's a day that ends in Y, so it's a day that you might decide you don't want to cook. That means it's the perfect day to order Fat Angelo's. Offering delicious pizzas, salads, hoagies, strombolis and calzones, wings, and more. And with 12 locations across the area ready to serve you, today is the day to visit FatAngelosPizza.com, where you can quickly and conveniently find your local shop and place your order online. Or get the local phone number and give them a call. Order up!
Are you looking for personalized healthcare you can trust? At Montgomery Medical, they're accepting new patients.
Hi, I'm Dr. Betty Thomas. Having a primary care provider means better overall health, from preventative care to managing chronic conditions. We're here to support you every step of the way.
That's right. Hi, I'm Jenna Lutzka, a physician assistant. Plus, we have same-day appointments and walk-in same-day care available too. We're here for you.
Join the Montgomery Medical family today by calling 724-569-8100 to schedule your appointment. A family tradition of family medicine.
Your mental health is your most valuable asset. With 55 years of experience serving Western Pennsylvania, Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services is ready and able to assist you with all of your mental health needs. Offering over 20 specialized treatments, open access, and just-in-time scheduling means that you receive the treatment you need in a time-conscious fashion. Chestnut Ridge Counseling now offers telehealth, mental health urgent care with immediate access to a mental health professional with no appointment necessary. Call 724-437-0729. That's 724-437-0729 for mental health urgent care at Chestnut Ridge Counseling. Outpatient care options include individual, group, and family therapies, mental health and psychiatric evaluations, and medication services. Outpatient care and services are also available for patients under the age of 18, geared towards youth-centric problems and concerns. Take control of your mental health care with Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services. Call 724-437-0729 to set up an appointment or speak immediately with a mental health professional.
Laurel Ridge Eye Care reminds us that vision problems may develop so slowly you don't even notice until you find yourself reading less and straining to focus. If that's happening to you, call Dr. Aaron Sobel at Laurel Ridge Eye Care for a complete vision exam. If there's one thing you shouldn't overlook, it's your vision. Laurel Ridge Eye Care and board-certified ophthalmologist Dr. Aaron Sobel remind you that early detection of eye disease can help prevent blindness. Their complete vision exams can help determine if you are developing problems. Laurel Ridge Eye Care offers full-service medical, surgical, and laser eye care with cataract surgery performed at Uniontown Hospital. Don't take chances with your eyes. Schedule your appointment today by calling Laurel Ridge Eye Care at 724-437-2222. That's 724-437-2222. All insurances are accepted, as well as Visa, MasterCard, and debit card at Laurel Ridge Eye Care, 130 West Fayette Street in the former Hockey Funeral Home.
Red Rooster Dumpster and Hauling are the ones to call when you need a dumpster. Red Rooster offers fast, friendly service and provides medium-sized dumpsters that will fit your needs, whether it's a general remodeling project, emptying a house, or doing a summer or fall cleanout. Just call Red Rooster Dumpster and Hauling at 724-569-0337 for rates and availability. Red Rooster Dumpster and Hauling in Smithfield also offers a 5% military discount. Call 724-569-0337 and look for the Red Rooster.
Find your place in the sun for fun this summer with First Federal of Greene County. Dreaming of a backyard refresh? Leverage your existing home equity or ask about a home improvement or home construction loan. We'll help you dive into any new project. A swimming pool, patio, outdoor kitchen, even a new driveway or garage. Whatever floats your boat. Visit with a First Federal loan officer today or apply online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729.
WNBS. Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host, 724-438-4593. We're running out of time, but we still have time to chat some more, just like on caller line 2. Hello, thanks for holding, and welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Good afternoon, Russ. How you doing, sir? You're quite welcome, sir. I know you got to pay the bills. If we don't pay the bill, we might be talking to you on the moon.
That's right.
So we got to keep you down here where it's nice and safe.
Yep.
My name's Bill. I'm from Long Island. I got a quick comment about the redistricting, districting of the, everything. I'll give you an example how screwed up it is, and I think it's a joke, and I understand why it's there, but this give you an example. My school district, covers, it's a fairly large school district, but where the school itself is in one district of House Representative, and the majority of the rest of it is in a completely different district.
Okay.
My comment is, for example, say they have a bill out there that says, okay, well, this school district's going to get a ton of money for whatever project they want to do. and the House comes down to vote on it, and the one person who says no might be the one that is the one that controls where the school is.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody else would vote yes for it, except for his district, he'd say no. To me, that's scary because one person basically can almost control the whole school district.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how you vote or who you vote for or whatever. So my take out of the whole thing is redistricting. I understand it, like I said, it's appreciated, but it's a joke how they do it, and it's sad because I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican, or you live on a moon. It's not. Sometimes it's not fair to people. Sometimes it's over. And more people, either red or blue. So it's just a joke, and it's so frustrating that they have to do that sometimes. But again, like I said, I understand everything. But hey, I'm gonna let you go. I know you're short on time. I want to thank you very much for your time, and you have yourself a great day and a good rest of the day and good rest of the week. I might talk to you. Maybe I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Look forward to it, Bill.
Oh no, you won't. No, won't talk to you tomorrow. Pirate Day. When's Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday.
Okay, but you take care. Have yourself a good day, bud.
Thanks, Bill. You do the same.
Thank you. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
All right, we got about 30 seconds left in today's show for a quick comment. If you want to give a buzz real quick, 724-438-4593. So I guess a lot of this down in Texas, the word gerrymandering is being screamed a lot. Unfortunately, gerrymandering goes back into the 1800s. Has to deal with the term came, I think it was a Massachusetts governor, redrew lines to help on either his election or others of his party. And so gerrymandering is how the tune came about. It's been around, and unfortunately, I think we're stuck with it for a while longer. Hey, that does it for today's show. Thanks for listening. Up next is CBS, followed by the local news with Nick Barczyk. This is WMBS Uniontown at the Tone. It's going to be 3 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. New statistics point to a less violent America, as Matt Piper reports.
The FBI report says crime decreased in every category it tracks, including murder, violent